Hi everyone, I'm Samah Dada. I'm a TV host and cookbook author. I'm so excited to be here with Cherry Ramen Free People to show you how to make my Masala Mac Cheese, which is one of my favorite recipes. I know your guests at your holiday brunch will absolutely love it. I would say my first foray into cooking was probably boxed mac and cheese. So this is a very nostalgic recipe for me, and I add some masala in there as well, which is sort of like an ode to my heritage. So it's truly one of my favorite recipes. Let's get started. I'm gonna grab my onion. This is a little small onion. We're using either one full onion or half of a large one. This is like a little cute baby, so we're gonna use this whole one. I'm gonna peel this off. I will smell like onions for the next 4 days, but that's okay with me. You wanna get some of that peel off because it's sort of tough and it's not gonna cook down nicely. So that's what we're doing there. Don't worry about being too precious with your chop or your dice here. We're actually gonna be sauteing this onion and then blending it up so we get lots of layers of flavor. So don't worry about it. You can be rough with it. First, what I'm gonna do is heat my olive oil up on a pan. Once it shimmers, gets a little hot, then I can go ahead and add my onions. We do not wanna add onions into cold oil because that's just not cute. We're gonna cook these onions down until they're nice and caramelized. This is gonna be a really nice addition to the sauce because it's gonna add some sweetness and a little bit more flavor. You can kind of see how it looks a little bit translucent and you've got that color on the edges. That's exactly what we want here. So our onions are done. I'm gonna take this off the heat, let them cool, and then we'll get to work on the sauce. The best part about this mac and cheese is that you can make it in a blender. So if you were thinking about making a smoothie, maybe just like rethink your life choices, you know? The star of our show are cashews. Now I have to tell you about these cashews because they are crucial to this recipe. In order to make those really creamy, rich fillings or sauces, I like to use soaked cashews. All you're gonna do is grab some raw cashews. You wanna make sure they're unsalted, unroasted. So you do have a couple options when you soak cashews. If you have some time and you have patience, you can soak them overnight. Or if you're a little bit lazy and you wanna eat faster like me, you can soak them in hot water for about an hour. They're gonna get really nice and pliable and soft and also blendable. Perfect for this mac and cheese or any other creamy, rich sauce. They're a bit stubborn, but you know what? They know they'll get a better life in here. Got our sweet potato, going straight in. Our onions. Now for our nutritional yeast, which I know does not sound like the cutest ingredient you've ever heard, but it's crucial here in creating that cheesy flavor. And now it's time for our masala. Some turmeric, some cumin, some cayenne for a little kick, a little spice. I also like to put a little bit on top when we finish plating just for a little pop of color. And then some garlic powder. I'm not afraid of garlic. I love a garlic moment. Since we already seasoned the onions with salt and pepper, we don't have to do that just yet. We'll season it to taste when we're done blending. Finally, we have our vegetable broth. And now it's time to blend. So we want the sauce to be really, really smooth, so we're gonna blend it on high. We're gonna get that really nice velvety consistency, just like a traditional mac and cheese sauce. So don't be afraid if you just need to scrape down the sides of the blender a little bit. We want everything to come together really nicely, so I'm just gonna grab a spatula to do that. Our pasta water is done. It's salted, don't forget. Now we're just gonna add our pasta. I'm using cutie little elbows for that nostalgic mac and cheese vibe. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to assemble our mac and cheese. Got my pasta here going in my pot. Also, I used elbows here for that iconic mac look, but you can totally use a short pasta like a penne, like a bow tie, whatever calls to you, and whatever's in your pantry is totally fine with me. And now our sauce. I know you've been waiting to see the texture. Look at that consistency. Does that make you emotional? This is a very saucy mac and cheese, which is how I like it. But if you're like, you know what, I'm not that saucy of a person, you can totally reserve some for later, for another time that you make pasta. I'll leave that up to you. The sauce is really nicely incorporated into the pasta. Time for me to plate my mac. I'm gonna add some herbs on top and a little dusting of cayenne just for a pop of color. I cannot wait for you to try this in your own kitchen. It's everything you love about a nostalgic mac and cheese, but with a little something extra. I like to call this my mac and cheese 2.0, and it is so creamy, it's rich, but it's also really nice knowing that this is a completely plant-forward dish. We didn't use any dairy or anything in this recipe to make it, so it's light and bright while still remaining really comforting and hearty. I just want you to be prepared that you might want to break up with your box mac and cheese. I'm just saying, change is good sometimes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited that I was able to show you how to make this masala mac and cheese. It's one of my favorite holiday brunch recipes. Huge thanks to Free People and Cherry Bomb, and happy holidays, everyone.